Hello, everybody. Welcome, welcome. And I said hello to many of you in the chat already. Thank you for being here. So our special guest is KYLIE COO Studio, coming to us from Scotland, and she has a really great art channel and a very successful art channel. And she is our special guest today. Now she is going to be she is going to be creating the appetizer it's all mixed media art. So this is all art, not like making art with food or anything. This is all mixed media art, and she is creating the appetizer um with ink and watercolor, I believe. I'll be creating the main course, and then I'll be creating the dessert, and we might have KYLIE also join in creating a dessert. So it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm so glad you guys are here, and hopefully many more people are going to join us. So let's see, KYLIE, is KYLIE ready?
Okay.
Oh yeah, so KYLIE, we're going to put KYLIE on the big screen. And well, maybe I just say, let's see who else has joined the chat. Just a moment. Let's see. I'm going to, even though I said hello to people, let's say Justin. Yes, Justin Nail of Music and Vlog. So nice to see you. So great having you here. Danny Mac McKenna coming to us from the UK.
Yay.
And Danny Mac McKenna, Danny Mac McKenna comes to us from the UK. Justin comes to us from Canada. Designs by CAD Pro, valued channel member. Shout out to his channel. His channel link is down below in the description box. And thank you for being here. Designs by CAD Pro. And Jaden Saw popped in. And Scratch and Pete, also coming to us from Canada. Hello, everyone. So we're going to get started with KYLIE COO Studio is our special guest. And this is your first time on live stream? Is this your first time on live?
This is my very first time ever doing live stream. So, yeah. So thanks for having me here, Diana, and happy Thanksgiving to you and to everybody else that celebrates Thanksgiving. And here.
Wow, see, it's her first time ever on a live stream. Yep. And she's been on YouTube for 5 years. Yeah, she's first time ever on a live stream. It's awesome. And I think she's ready to go. So
okay, you want me to start?
I'm putting her on the big screen, and I'll be talking behind the scenes. Everybody will be able to hear me talking, still saying hello to people.
Okay, well, I just want to say, Diana, thanks for having me for your Thanksgiving art feast. I'm doing the appetizer, so I thought, what would I bring you from Scotland? So we would call this a starter, and it's quite basic, but here in Scotland, especially at this time of year when it's getting colder, we love our soup. So I've done a bit of prep, but I'm going to bring it all together here now. And I'm going to make KYLIE's potato soup.
Oh, nice.
Potato soup is my favourite and can have it any time, and it's a great starter. So I've already sketched it out. I just wanted to do a little bit of prep. But what I'm going to do is I am just taking a basic Bic biro pen, a biro as we call it, you might call it a ballpoint pen, and I'm just going to quickly go over this. I'll then rub out my pencil, but then I'll do a bit of watercolouring. So it really is a bit of doodling to bring my potato soup together for this lovely Thanksgiving art feast. So I'll just set off. So I like to, if I'm watercolouring, I like to draw in a kind of biro ballpoint pen to begin with, because you know, it's one of the most basic things we have. Nearly everyone has access to a ballpoint pen, and it's really one of those things that's sometimes underused in art. But if you've got a ballpoint pen, or a pencil for that matter, you can do anything. So, as I say, potato soup, one of my favourites, and it is just so easy to make. So I am just going to put my title in.
Wow, and it's really easy to make too.
Oh, it is the easiest.
Whoa, and very tasty.
It is delicious. I have to say, my dad's potato soup is better than my potato soup. I've never been able to make it quite the same as him, but he is really good. He's a good soup maker. As I say, in Scotland, we love our soups, so I just thought that would be a good appetizer, a little potato soup to get us started. Because it's quite cold here now. Is it cold with you?
We're having a mild day, but it's off and on cold days, mild days, cold days, mild days. It's raining and mild.
Yeah. Oh, well, we've got raining and cold. It wasn't too bad at times today, but yeah, it's been quite cold the last few days. So I'm just drawing my potatoes, my onions, because these are the basics. Then I'm going to add in my carrots. Now, the thing about doodling is you can really make it as basic a design as you want. You know, just about anybody can doodle. I then need some stock. So we often use stock cubes. I often see on American recipes, you tend to buy stock in a carton. Is that right?
Yes, yes. Or the can or cans.
Or the can, yeah. Whereas, well, we have stock cubes a lot. And I like the stock cubes, although, you know, I should really make my own stock, but I never get round to it. So I'm just going to do this bit. Now, one of the things I like to add into my potato soup, although it's not essential, is red lentils. Okay,
Oh, and somebody was saying they like potato leek soup here. Danny was saying.
Oh, potato and leek soup is, it's wonderful. I love it as well.
And we do have an art question.
Mm-hmm.
Gracie Shack wants to know what brand of watercolor you're using.
Hi, Gracie. Good to see you. Today I'm using the Arteza 36 watercolors. The other one that I'll sometimes use is oh gosh, I've forgotten the name. I think it's just a Daler Rowney set. So I find most watercolors are reasonable. You know, you don't actually need to buy terribly expensive watercolors, in my opinion, unless you are a watercolor expert, in which case you might to, yeah. You know, I have some cheaper sets that I bought years ago, and they are still pretty good. So I've mapped in my title, got my potatoes, my onions, my carrots, my stock cubes. I'm going to add in a leek, which is optional, and I'm going to add in my red lentils, which are optional. But your basics are potatoes, onions, carrots, and stock. So I'll come back to the cooking part of it shortly. So I am now just going to start to paint these in, and just going to put some basic colours on them. So for my potatoes, I'm simply going in with a kind of brown colour. These have just come out of the ground. So the area that I live in, we have quite red soil, a lovely reddy brown coloured soil, and you know if the potatoes have been grown here, because they are good. But we're potato lovers in this country as well. You know, in the spring we have what we call our first earlies, and they come from Ayrshire in Scotland. The Ayrshire earlies are the most fabulous potatoes ever. I just love them. So
I've always heard Ireland are big potato eaters.
yeah. I mean, probably all the Celtic nations, in a sense, are into potatoes. Although obviously came to us from elsewhere, from the American continent originally. Was it Walter Raleigh?
From the Americas, you said?
Yeah, I think it was Walter Raleigh or Sir Walter Raleigh that brought them over all those years ago. And I don't know when that would be. So I'm just giving my onions a bit of a yellow skin. Add a touch of brown just to probably come back to that. That'll start to blend in. Okay. So you have a turkey cooking just now, Diana?
Yes, we have a 20-pound. My husband's never cooked a turkey before, and I've never cooked a real turkey. I've only cooked a turkey roll a long time ago. But we got this free 20-pound turkey using reward points from our grocery store. So it's a free 20-pound turkey, and a 20-pound turkey is pretty big. We're going to be eating turkey sandwiches and everything for a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's his first time cooking a turkey, and he watched a video from the Test Kitchen, which that's a really pretty good, reliable source. The Test Kitchen, that they have a TV show and also a YouTube channel. So he's following their directions.
Very good. That's great. I do like turkey. I'd like to be vegan, but I find it quite difficult. I've tried it a few times, but
Yeah.
I don't think my leek's looking very leek-like just now, but we won't worry about that. And I'm going to use some. So this could be a vegan soup. There's no meat in it, but if you were making this, Diana, and you had turkey left over, you could easily add some turkey to it.
Ah, okay.
So there you go. So I'm doing some vegetable stock cubes, which you just crumble into it. Okay, so start putting a little bit more detail on. Hope that can be seen okay. So my onions, I am just going to add a little bit brown here and there, because these aren't peeled yet.
Oh, and that's carrots and onions and leek.
Sorry?
Carrots, onions, and leeks. And
yes,
potatoes, right?
And potatoes, yeah. You know, it's one of those soups that most people have access to the kind of most basic recipes, basic veg, so...
Yes, right. Leeks, I don't know how basic leeks are.
Oh, really? Okay. They're quite common here, so... But I mean, I guess it's one of those things that some things will be more predominant in some countries than others.
Like, I'm sure leeks are very available in our grocery store, I think, but I think we just never buy them.
Oh, right. Well, leeks
Is it
really...
like onion? Is it leeks like kind of like onion flavored?
Yeah, just the same, really.
Do you grow leeks in your garden?
Have I ever grown leeks? I don't think I've ever grown leeks at all. I'd quite like to. We've had onions. This year we had spring onions. You would call, I think, spring onions, our name for them is cybes, but they're also known as spring onions. But I've seen them referred to on US shows as green onions, you know, so they're those little thin onions, quite long. Thin.
Oh, you don't mean chives? Green onions. Oh, I think we call them green onions.
Yeah, green onions. Well, we call them cybes or spring onions. So I grew loads of those this year, and oh, they were amazing. Loved them.
And Danny says if you add turkey, that makes it a stew.
I
don't know that. Really?
It could be if it was. I would say a stew. For me, a stew is thicker than a soup. But
Yeah.
yeah, so that's my little handful of red lentils. That's the other soup I love, is lentil soup. And
Lentil,
that
you said?
lentil, yeah,
Oh,
lentils.
yes. I love lentil soup.
Yeah, that is one of my favorites. So
I think some of my favorite soups, though, are cream of French onion soup that has the croutons and the thick layer of cheese on top. Every now and then, I don't eat that often, but French onion soup and also cream of mushroom soup. I pretty much like that very much.
yeah, I certainly like mushroom. I don't like the French onion soup at all. Yeah, I don't know. That said, I don't think I've ever properly tried it, but yeah.
Or chowder, like I guess you do not have New England clam chowder there.
No, I've made a chowder though. I made a potato and corn chowder once.
Oh.
And yeah, that was really nice. I enjoyed it. Okay, so I've got my veg. I've not finished it all. I've got some details to do on it, but I want to just let the watercolor dry a bit. So I'm now going to chop my potatoes, my onions, my carrots, my leek, and add them to a pan with the stock. And then I'm going to throw in a handful of the red lentils. The reason I like to add lentils is simply that it helps to thicken the stock a bit more. Sometimes,
Okay.
sometimes I don't. So I'm then going to put this big pot of soup on. Now, when I make potato soup, or any soup for that matter, I love to make a great big pot, and then what I do is I freeze some of it so that I have soup ready for whenever I want it.
Yeah. Oh, do you add butter?
No, no. Do you? Would you add butter to soup?
Well, I don't. I don't make soup that often now. The only soup I've made in the past is split pea soup, and as a matter of fact, no, I did not add butter. No.
Is that a yellow split pea?
No, green.
Green split pea. Okay. I've made yellow split pea before. I like split peas. Okay, I'm going to use one of my I have these heavyweight iron pans. They are all too heavy to lift, but they've got a nice colour, like the carrot colour, very deep orange colour.
Danny says he's hungry now, and Goswina from the Netherlands has joined us. Hi, Goswina.
Hi, Goswina.
I think we only have one. Oh, I don't know about Bright Creations. I'm not sure where that channel, what he or she is from. But I think we only had one American in here. Designs by CAD Pro. He was in here. Oh, Lisa B was in. Yes, Lisa B has been here. Yes, we have a couple of Americans, but mostly I think it's people that are not American in here.
Oh, well. Well, you know, obviously this Thanksgiving is a bit, so I guess people will be busy.
Yeah, Americans must probably are very busy,
Yeah.
or they might join later. Oh, hello, Shernette Williams. Happy Thanksgiving to you.
Hello, Shrinette. Happy Thanksgiving. So I've got this on the stove, so my stove is going to be hot because this soup is bubbling away. So yeah, sometimes if I'm not in a mood to do a lot of art, I will just sit and do little doodles like this, and it's just fun to do.
Yes, what you love doodling though, right? I don't know that
Yeah,
I call it doodling, but yeah.
well, what watercolor doodles? It's maybe a little bit more than doodling, but
Oh, Shernette Williams said she celebrated last month. Shernette Williams, are you from Canada? Wait, did Canadians celebrate Thanksgiving last month? I think they did. Could somebody in the chat answer me? Because I know Justin's from Canada. I don't know if Shernette is from Canada. Oh, yes, she's from, okay, Shernette's from Canada. And yes, they celebrate Thanksgiving in October.
October, right. I mean, we don't have a Thanksgiving of that sort. We have, or at least usually in churches, they have what they would call harvest Thanksgiving. So, you know, that's usually the growing season where, you know, that's the way of just giving thanks for the crop for that year.
Yeah.
So,
oh, and when does that take place?
I think
oh, it could take place any time during the month of October or something?
Yeah, I'm trying to think if it's even maybe even September. So
yeah, it's not just one day, right?
No, I mean it's more kind of it's not a kind of like you have there. It's more religious, church-related festival.
Oh, it is, okay.
But you know, I guess we can all give thanks whenever.
Yes.
I think I'm getting a bit hungry. Making it. Are we ready for main course?
Yes, everybody. I'll be creating the main course. Oh, and Danny Mac McKenna did not know that, what you were talking about. The harvest.
All right. Yeah. I mean, you know, it'd be nice if it was something that was done in places other than churches.
Oh, okay.
But you know, it does just tend to be. Although at the likes of this time, you know, because of everything else that's going on, I think we just have to sit in our own homes and give thanks.
Right. So, do you make potato soup for Christmas?
Christmas is normally lentil soup, and my dad will make a big pot of lentil soup for Christmas. So, you know, because I don't know what will happen this year because we're still waiting to find out what's happening. Well, we know a bit about what's happening with Christmas. Just because of everything that's going on, Christmas this year will be different. So, but I suspect he'll have the pot on. He's making soup for whoever wants it.
Oh, 3rd of October is Harvest Festival.
Is it the 3rd October? Is it?
Yeah, that's what Danny from the UK is saying.
Ah. Thanks for checking that, Danny.
Oh, hi, old buzzard bait. Let's see. Oh, he says, hi, everyone. Hi, D. He's made up. You get beast. Buzz gets beast. Stay away from mentality today. Wife working overtime. Oh, your wife's working overtime, but she works at home, so you still can see her. Yes, happy Thanksgiving, old buzzard bait.
So I am going to put my soup into a plate. I will do a little bit more detail though on the other things. And on the side, I'm going to have a bread roll on a big plate because I always like to have bread or
yeah, like a French bread.
Yeah, it can be any. Yeah, you know, bread. also like a lot.
Okra. You said okra? No, I didn't hear what you said.
Butter.
Oh, butter. Yes, butter on
Butter.
your bread. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, bread and butter's awesome.
Yeah. So when I'm doing this sort of watercolor thing, I then go back in with my pen, and I just like to put in some of the detail, and I like to make it really sketchy. You know, it doesn't need to be neat. This is just about giving an impression of what's there. Now, of course, potatoes have little eyes in them. These are not yet peeled. I would always peel the potatoes before they go in. So I'm just adding a few eyes. The carrots often have kind of little ridges on them. I grew carrots this year. Little tiny carrots.
Baby carrots?
Yeah, I think they're called Chantenay carrots. Really quite small, but they were delicious, packed full of flavour.
And they were miniature carrots?
Yeah, they're only about 1.5 to 2 inches long.
Oh yeah, we would call them baby carrots.
Yeah, this was just a particular brand, but or variety, but.
Oh, Danny says it sounds like I'm in a small bathroom. Oh, Danny, so how does the sound like right now? I'm standing a little closer to my microphone.
Is my sound okay, or?
You sound okay to me. How's Kylie's audio? And I sound like I'm probably because I was not close enough to my mic.
Okay, I'm conscious that time is probably, my starter might be taking quite a while here, so I'll just put a few finishing lines in here. And that's KYLIE's potato soup for this Thanksgiving dinner.
And that's our appetizer, our creative art appetizer, everybody. Potato soup, Kylie's specialties, potato soup. And then next is coming up is the main course. And now I will be doing that, and then dessert follows the 3-course meal. Dessert follows that, and I definitely am creating dessert, but Kylie might be joining in dessert. I'm creating dessert also. Justin says yummy food choices.
Enjoy the food. Enjoy the art.
The food for the eyes. Feast for the eyes.
So I will keep an eye on the chat. I think my laptop is running a few milliseconds, well, not milliseconds, a few seconds slower than everything else, but I'll, yeah, keep an eye on the chat now.
Oh, yeah, so we're going to switch turns now, and Kylie will be keeping eye on the chat as we proceed on to creating the main course. And Shernette Williams, thanks for, she says she's still here. She's helping with online school. Thank you so much, Shernette, and everybody else. Just a moment. I'm writing that to her. Okay. Okay, everybody. We're going to switch the main screens now, and Thank you so much for your wonderful soup.
My pleasure.
Okay, so now for the main course, I am actually you're going to use acrylic paint, and I have cut this out of silver metallic paper, and I am actually kind of doing an abstract. I'm not going to actually paint food necessarily exactly how it looks. Ow, let me light my candle. Ow, without burning my finger. And I'm kind of going to take an abstract approach, kind of like using colors that dark greens, cranberry reds, maroons, browns, kind of the colors of the food, but I'm not going to necessarily paint the food literally. You're going to maybe kind of see you're going to kind of see resemblances of maybe the food here and there, but I'm not really trying to paint the food literally. I'm kind of taking an abstract approach with acrylic paint, and I'm playing around with the paint with the different colors. But yes, I did want to put silverware there to give that effect. And I'd be painting with paintbrush, and I will also be painting with palette knife.
I like your candle holder, Diana.
Yeah, thank you. That's I don't know what kind of rock that is. Actually, it's not mine. It's what I don't know. Michael bought it sometime. I think I am thinking about the meat right now. I'm painting an abstract idea of the meat.
Gosh, Goswina's saying that her next painting will be with texture and real gold.
Real gold leaf.
She says real gold.
Well, when somebody says real gold, I kind of assume they mean gold leaf, but I don't know.
Yeah,
Maybe she could explain. Maybe she could. Goswina, can you explain more about what you mean by the gold? So
old buzzard bait is asking Lisa if she is going to do the polar plunge. So is that like when you just plunge into cold water?
yeah, that's what I've seen. That's what I've always understood.
Yeah, they have it in 2 or 3 places in Scotland, but normally I don't know if they do it on Christmas Day, but they do it on New Year's Day, where it's called a duke here, which is just meaning duking into the water, jumping into the water, and they go into the cold seawater.
Yeah, they do that here. They actually have a polar club. It's like a club. It's like a club, and they do it. They do it annually, or maybe they do it more than once a year. But it's like a club.
Gosh, okay. So yeah, Goswina says yes, she's going to be using gold leaf. That's nice.
Yeah,
I've never used it before.
Mm-hmm.
So what have you added to here, Diana?
It's an abstract idea of cranberry sauce and turkey and green vegetables and mashed potatoes. And I'm kind of like using those colors, but not really trying to paint them realistically. Kind of just giving abstract impression.
Yeah, it does give the impression.
Thank you. I enjoy using the palette knife. I thought at the last minute of using the palette knife, I could use the brush too, but I really like how it lays on a lot of paint at once with the palette knife. You're not constantly like, oh, that's just a little bit of paint. Now dip the paintbrush back, with acrylic paint. I really enjoy using palette knife with acrylic paint.
Yeah, and it leaves a nice texture.
Mm-hmm. I think I've only made a Thanksgiving dinner once or twice. That was a long time ago. No, in the past we've visited. In the past 10 years, we've always visited my husband's brother and sister-in-law, and the sister-in-law cooks, and then we would offer to do Christmas, and she'd say, no, I want to do Christmas too. So there was really hardly ever in the past there wasn't much opportunity that I had to cook in the past 10 years. And then before that, I would spend Thanksgiving a lot with my stepmother and half brother, and she was not into. We would actually go out to a really nice place to eat because she was not big into cooking, and we would visit her house, and she was not big into cooking Thanksgiving or anything. But we always enjoyed ourselves at Longwood Gardens. It's all the big, huge gardens, and then they also have a restaurant there. Very beautiful.
Well,
So I can talk about cooking the way KYLIE does. Okay, what?
We have grayscale painting here now, so happy Thanksgiving to you, grayscale painting.
Yes, happy Thanksgiving to you, grayscale painting. Thank you for joining us. I'm doing an abstract impression of Thanksgiving food colors.
Okay, and we've also had Jujubee Crafts and More join us. So
she's a new friend. Oh, I'm sorry, Jujubee Crafts. She's a new friend, and who else?
No, I was just saying happy Thanksgiving to her.
Jujubee Crafts, and yes, is a new friend, and welcome, Jujubee Crafts. Okay, StreamYard usually silences us out. I'm going to get a stencil.
Okay. Yeah, all this talk of food, I'm definitely getting hungry.
So your dinner will be after this? Your supper, dinner?
Yeah, I'll make dinner after this. I just got a ready meal, just a pasta bake that can go in the oven tonight. So.
And does your husband ever cook?
Yeah, sometimes I do most of it. Not for any reason other than I guess just the way we started to separate the tasks. Okay, we
Yeah.
now have Sunshine Cooper.
Oh, hi, Sunshine Cooper, coming to
joined
us
us.
from the Philippines.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm doing an abstract impression of a Thanksgiving feast. And my husband's, today we are having broccoli, stuffing, turkey, and gravy.
That sounds so good. I love broccoli.
No potatoes. I did put potatoes on the list. Even baked potatoes. For some reason he didn't get them, so I don't know.
No, oh dear. No potatoes.
No, I know, but stuffing is so high in carbs that. But usually
Yeah.
people usually do have mashed potatoes with stuffing, but oh well.
But then your turkey is going to be big enough to feed all of us that's here visiting.
Yes,
Today.
20 pounds. We got for free. We got for free with reward points from the grocery store. 20-pound turkey for free with reward points. I wasn't expecting that, 20 pounds. Oh, yes, I was going to, if I could get this dry enough, I was going to add words of things to be grateful for on here.
That's a good idea.
Thanks.
And that, you know, it's a nice way to create a page that you can keep to kind of as a memory of your Thanksgiving.
Right. This is not necessarily in a journal. This is actually 12 by 16 inch, 140-pound watercolor paper that I'm painting acrylic on.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think I need to add any more to this, and I'm going to try to dry this now, and then I'm going to be adding words of things to be grateful for.
Okay. Sounds good.
Okay, I think I can. Some of it I can write on here, but I think I can write maybe words around it.
Okay. That's looking good.
Thanks. I think I'm saving time. That I think I'm not taking too much time on this. Oh, I had some phrases that I had picked out ahead of time. Let me see what phrases I could glue on here.
I do love how you've created the silverware, or the cutlery as we call it.
Thank you. With silver metallic paper. Yes, I have metallic paper in all different colors, and this one says create beautiful moments. Collect beautiful moments. Collect beautiful moments. I don't know if I should do both, like this plus things to be grateful for, or just put these on. It's pretty much up to me, right?
Mm-hmm.
Collect beautiful moments. Let's say, remember the now.
Did you print those yourself, Diana, or did you
What did you say?
Sorry?
What did you say?
Did you print those words yourself, or were
No, I
those
didn't. No, they come
printed?
from Tim Holtz, I think. Tim Holtz quotes.
Oh, yeah.
I think I'm going to write some words too. I have a list of words I was going to write of things to be grateful for. I have a list of things to be grateful for of love, God, family, friends, good health, and good food and drink. I don't think I'm going to write all of them.
Mm-hmm. Juju B. Craft says that she loves that phrase, collect beautiful moments.
Ah, okay, yeah. Collect beautiful moments. These are made of very, very rigid, heavy cardboard. I'm going to tentatively try to glue this on with a glue stick, but maybe later on, if they fall off, I would have to.
Yeah, you can always stick them on at later time.
Oh, that really won't stick. Okay, I can get my heavy glue. It's right next to me.
Okay, we have another guest has joined us, so it's Seascape's Rule.
Who has joined us?
Seascape's Rule. I'm not
Oh,
sure.
Sleestack Rule. Hi, Sleestack Rule. And this is Aileen's tacky glue, which is very heavy glue, which is perfect for this. Hi, Sleestack. Yep, Sleestack Rule. If it comes out. All right, I might have a problem with wrestling with that. And might have to just go ahead with heavy glue later. But I am great. I practice gratitude all throughout the year. Like when I do prayer meditation, I try to do a daily prayer meditation. I actually try to list in my head or sometimes write them down 20 to 25 things I'm grateful for every day. They don't have to be different things every day. They could be, but so I don't just practice gratitude on Thanksgiving.
Yeah, I think that's really important.
Oh yeah, gratitude's so important for it's very important for it can really transform your state of mind.
I think you just, sometimes we live in a world now where a lot of people feel, oh, I don't have that, I don't have this, I don't have the next thing. But if you can focus in on the things that you do have, and can realize that, a lot of the time what you have are really the important things in life.
Yeah, the other thing is the more you're grateful for, the more it's kind of like the law of attraction. The more you're grateful for, the more things come into your life to be grateful for.
Yeah. I mean, Juju B. Crafts is saying,
because you're not focusing on the lack all the time. You're not focusing on your lack. Oh yeah, what were you
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah, Juju B. Crafts is saying that she thinks gratitude can actually really help ground you, which I think is so true.
Yes. And that so I did an abstract impression of main course. And KYLIE COO, for those people that weren't here, she had done her specialty potato soup, ink and watercolor for a starter. And next is dessert, which is going to be more literal. I do have a more literal interpretation for dessert. So should I start, and then you might be able to join in with dessert, or
No, I'm fine to join in. So whatever suits you.
oh, so maybe we could be working side by side. I put
We
ourselves side by
could.
side on the camera.
We could. Mm-hmm.
All right, we're instead of just a view of her and a view of me, we're going to put ourselves side by side on the camera, each creating a version of dessert.
Okay. Once you've done that, will I tell you what I'm going to be making?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so I thought, Diana, that me visiting from Scotland again, I would bring you a Scottish dessert. And this is one of my very favourite desserts ever. I mean, I like a lot of desserts, but this is my favourite, and it's called Cranachan. And Cranachan is, you start by toasting the oats and you soak them in some whiskey, though obviously if you're someone that doesn't drink alcohol, you don't need to add the whiskey, but it is an integral part of this. It has raspberries, and I'm not one to boast about many things, but Scotland has probably the best raspberries in the world. They
Really?
are they are sweet. They're just amazing, and lots of different varieties. The other thing it has is honey, a kind of runny honey, usually a heather honey. So again, it has very much the flavours of the local area. And it has what we call double cream. You might call it heavy cream, I think. So really thick cream,
Yes,
and it
we
gets
call it heavy
up.
cream.
Yeah, so it gets whipped up, the cream, and what happens is the oats are toasted, then they're left to soak overnight in some whiskey. Then when you come to assemble it, and I'm going to assemble it, I'm just going to do a similar drawing type thing. When you assemble it, you put, you whip up your double cream, you add some more toasted oats to the double cream, you kind of smoosh down the raspberries a bit, not making them, you don't make them a jam or anything, but you just break them down a little bit and whip them through the cream, add some more whiskey to it, a little bit of honey, then you start to build it up in layers. So you would have your kind of raspberry, then your cream, then another layer of oats, then raspberry cream, oats, and you would end up with a big dollop of cream on the top and the raspberries on the top as well. So that's Cranachan, and it is amazing. So I'm just going to create my Cranachan.
So I just have a question. So you said you soak the raspberries in whiskey, or it was something else you soak in the whiskey?
The toasted oats.
Oh, the toasted oats.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So, and then it all gets served in a nice clear glass. So, you know, what we might call a sundae glass, you know, an ice cream sundae would go in, or even
Wow.
in a big whiskey glass, so you can see the various layers through it. So
Oh,
I'm
and
going
you
to draw
layer it
my,
with heavy cream with a
yeah,
the.
it all
Do you
layered.
did you say you
So
soak the raspberries also in whiskey?
no, but what you could soak them in whiskey if you're that way inclined.
Oh.
But no, you would put the whiskey, the raspberries, and the double cream. You'd blend them, not blend them, but mix them together into one of the layers. and then you layer it up. So I would start with my whipped cream raspberry mixture. Then no, I'd start with my raspberries, a good layer of raspberries, then some whipped cream. Then I'd have some toasted oats, then a layer of raspberry, a layer of the whipped cream, and then toasted oats again. And then on the top, I would have a big dollop of the cream raspberry mixture, and we would put some raspberries on the top of them.
Oh, awesome.
And I love
Hi, Mr. Unigon. Thanks for joining us. So I am not a big cook. Oh, goodness. My husband actually does most of the cooking, but he does not do fancy cooking. He does not do fancy cooking at all. And he doesn't make desserts or anything like that. And I am just going by things that I am doing pumpkin pie is actually not one of my favorites, but pumpkin pie with whipped cream with shavings of chocolate on it I think would be nice. And it's just, I guess I did pumpkin pie because it's so traditional, but it's actually not one of my favorite pies, but I do like it. It's just not, it's not one of my favorites, but that's just what I decided to go with because it's traditional. And I don't think I've ever made a pie, maybe a long time ago. I'm just not a big cook the way Kylie is. So I'm going to try to keep an eye on the chat, but we are creating dessert side by side.
Yeah, so we've got, you maybe said, but we've got Mr. Unicorn. Is it on now?
Yeah, Mrs. Unicorn just joined us.
I think Danny Mac McKenna said he's going to try making that. I don't know if it's the Cranachan or the pumpkin pie, but whichever, Danny.
No, he's probably going to make a Cranachan. I didn't explain anything about the pumpkin pie.
You did?
The Cranachan. That's okay. I got to remember that. I never heard of that. Yeah, Cranachan. Very Scottish dish, right?
Yep. And it celebrates the fact that, we've got an area in Scotland and kind of round about the middle, going up the way, Perthshire, and it grows a lot of fruit. So raspberries, strawberries, black currants, so we really do have a wealth of fruit kind of towards the end of the summer. And as I say, the raspberries are kind of probably the best in the world. Not bragging, but...
Wow.
And of course, oats as well. Porridge oats. Well.
And I have cut out like a quarter of a plate like this, like a paper plate. And then I'm adding this. So mine's totally collage and some paint for this step. The main course was mostly paint, but this is going to be mostly collage. But I'm adding a crust on here. It's not just going to be the paper plate by itself. And you guys, neither one of us is watching the chat right now, so we're going to check the chat periodically.
Yeah, maybe those in the chat could tell us what their kind of favourite is. For their Thanksgiving.
I do love pumpkin spice coffee. Ooh, I think I love pumpkin spice coffee better than pumpkin pie. I love pumpkin spice coffee, which they don't have it year round. Have you ever had pumpkin spice coffee?
Yeah, I haven't. I've seen a lot of people on Facebook and social media say, you know, that they're just about celebrating the fact that is it Starbucks does it or somebody like that?
Dunkin' Donuts. Dunkin' Donuts mainly. I think Starbucks might do it, but Dunkin' Donuts definitely does it.
Right. Cinnamon coffee, but not the pumpkin spiced.
Oh, you've had cinnamon coffee? I don't think I've had that. Cinnamon. I've had cinnamon tea, cinnamon type tea.
All right. So Mystic Unigan says she's making food for them. Seamus, box mashed potatoes, deviled egg. I don't know what Chex Fix is.
Oh, she's making deviled eggs and box mashed potatoes?
Yeah.
Oh, deviled eggs. Nice. And any kind of, I think I like almost any kind of mashed potatoes.
I love mashed potatoes.
And then it's interesting, in some restaurants they call them smashed potatoes. So I'm kind of wondering, like, what's the difference between smashed potatoes and mashed potatoes? Like some gourmet cooks, they call them smashed potatoes.
I don't think there's any difference. I mean, here, some of the TV chefs started referring to crushed potatoes. Now,
Oh, really?
I would say a crushed potato is a potato that is just broken up, not actually mashed, but then they went on to mash. So I think it's just chef speak. For us mere mortals, it's mashed potatoes. And Mystic Unigan is saying a green enchilada sauce is a good substitute for gravy.
And what's a good substitute for gravy?
Green enchilada sauce.
Wow. That would be, I like medium spicy, but not super spicy. Yeah, nothing more than medium spicy. That sounds like that would be super spicy, but I bet that'd be very delicious. Oh, I am going to paint. I love having dessert with a cup of coffee. So I am going to paint a cup of coffee with, I was going to paint a cup of coffee next to that dessert. And I think I was adding some words to this too. Let's see. Oh yeah, I was going to sprinkle on. I'm a big glitter fan. I don't use glitter as often as I'd love to actually. And I got some copper glitter and I think that'd be really nice on here.
So Mystic says it's actually a mild enchilada sauce.
Oh, if it's mild, I'd like that. I guess this copper kind of looks like cinnamon. So I have this sentiment, live in the moment. And remember this. But I'm going to paint a coffee. I'm going to paint a cup of coffee. Oh, let me check the chat. Okay. Oh, she doesn't. Mystic Unicorn doesn't like really spicy either.
Yeah, and she's saying that she can't be with family today because they're in another state. So she's got to make do with the foods that they have at home. So.
Oh, they're saying Lisa B and Danny are saying smashed potato means that they keep the skin on.
All right.
Oh, very interesting.
Well, I've been making smashed potatoes without knowing it, because sometimes when I do potatoes, especially little potatoes that we might normally keep the skin on but don't mash them, sometimes I do mash them up just because I love mashed potatoes.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm.
So there we
You were
go.
making it not even knowing it.
Yep. I just thought it was a chefy thing.
So I love coffee with dessert, and okay, let's try this. It's gonna be a white cup. It's gonna be a white cup, and I'll definitely have the color of coffee in there. Oh, it's gonna run into that.
I usually like coffee with my dessert, but you know what? Since
You
I'm
pick
bringing
one
this,
or the other.
no, I sometimes pick one or the other, but I'm actually going to have a wee whiskey with mine. Since there's whiskey in the dessert, I may as well have a wee whiskey on the side.
A what on the side?
Whiskey, Scotch,
Oh, okay.
just a wee dram. Do you know what we sometimes call whiskey?
No.
Ushkaba, which means the water of life.
The water of life.
Yeah, ushkaba.
That sounds Arabic.
No, it's Gaelic.
Oh, it's Gaelic, or you could say Gaelic, right? I can say Gaelic.
Well, we tend to say Gaelic here. There's Irish and there's Scottish Gaelic, but you know, we won't worry about that. Oh, your dessert looks good.
Thank you.
I love that doily. Oh, Jujubee Crafts is going to have eggnog with cinnamon whiskey with their
Oh,
dessert.
I love cinnamon whiskey. I love
Yep.
eggnog. Eggnog usually has rum in it, I think.
Does it? I don't
I'm
know that.
pretty sure it does. I'm not an expert on it, but I think so. But there's probably different ways of making it. Like I guess she's gonna have it with cinnamon whiskey. I guess that's different variations.
Yeah, I mean, it's the old story. There's lots of variations, isn't there? You know, even here, you know, the way I might make this, it could be somebody else could make it slightly differently. But that's the fun of it.
Yep. Well, I just have to glue mine down, and looks like we didn't have to go the 2 hours that you thought we might go, because then you said you wouldn't be able to do dessert if we had gone 2 hours.
Yeah. I don't know if I've ever painted food before.
Oh, I have not. I have painted pictures of cakes and pastries because I'm a big fan of this artist from the. Well, he started in the '60s, but he also he's been well known ever since the '60s, and he's Wayne Thiebaud. He's very well known for his pastry, and he's kind of related to the pop artist, very
Yeah.
well known for his cake and pastry picture paintings, which I love his cake. And I actually wrote, what's the word, a report. It's not a report, it's like
An essay or?
yeah, something like an essay on his work, an hour long. I had to do an hour long slide presentation. Oh goodness. Talk for an hour about his artwork and give a slide presentation. Wayne Thiebaud. He's well known for his that's what he started out being. I think he started out being well known for that, but he paints other things, but he's really well known. I mean, in the 60s and 70s he became really well known for his. I mean, he's a fine artist. He's a fine artist represented in museums around the world, and he's well known for his pastry and cake and dessert paintings, where he repeats, like it looks like you're looking into a in, into a case, a pastry case, and you're seeing them all lined up, and he does them in repetitive rows and rows of pastries and desserts like that.
My stomach just rumbled.
Okay, I'm going to check the chat, and I am finished creating my dessert, which is pumpkin pie with whipped cream and chocolate shavings on it and coffee.
And I have Cranachan, sometimes known as Crowdy, because at one time some people made it with cheese rather than cream, and the cheese was called Crowdy. So sometimes the dessert in some places is referred to as Crowdy. But I'm having my Cranachan with a wee dram of whiskey on the side.
Oh, I'm reading some of the chat. Hold on, I'm catching up. They're talking about another channel that they both know.
Yeah, that's going on.
Danny's saying, pick your pudding. And Lisa says, eggnog with Bailey's Irish cream. I think she means Bailey's Irish cream is good.
Yeah, I do like Bailey's. Not had it for a while, but it's nice in a coffee as well.
Oh my goodness, I don't think we have a dessert. I don't think my husband bought a dessert. Now that I
He's
thought
not
of
got a
it.
dessert?
I don't think we have a dessert for today. I mean, in real life.
Oh my goodness. So
I think I wrote all the things down, and I think I forgot to put that on the list.
oh no.
So we can make up for it at another date, maybe.
But you have coffee?
Oh yeah, we have coffee.
Yeah.
We'll be able to be stuffed. A lot of times you're so stuffed from the meal, the main course, and that you barely have room for dessert. A lot of times, in my family, we would wait a couple hours before having dessert.
Mm-hmm. So Silver Penny Artisans has asked if I can share my potato soup. So I can also attach the recipe to in the link if you want, but basically it's as simple as potatoes, onions, carrots, some sort of vegetable stock, or you could use a chicken stock. I also like to add a leek if I've got one, and a handful of red lentils. But yeah, I can add that in the comments.
Yes, welcome, Silver Penny Artisans.
And we have Diana's, gosh, that pumpkin pie looks good, Diana. I like how you've created that
Thank you.
with the coffee on the side.
Mm. Oh, you were showing. Did you finish painting your dessert?
Yep, it's here now.
So, but the raspberries are only in season. I mean, they're in season when, in the summer, right?
Oh, I mean, to be honest, it's like most foods in the world now. You can get them kind of all year round, but the best time
Yeah.
to get them free is around about the end of the summer. So probably July, August time, or before the end of the summer, but July, August time.
So
And we
when
have
do
lovely.
you can make that dessert all year round?
Yeah, because I mean the supermarkets now have raspberries in stock most of the time.
Yeah.
In you know, during the winter they get really expensive in price. I don't know how they grow them during the winter, but I guess just in big heated greenhouses. So in winter they get very expensive. So the best time to buy them is at the end of the kind of growing season. But again, like with other fruit and veg, they've developed them so that you can get them at different points in the growing season. So some will come quite early on and some will be later on. So, but I like to have raspberries on my porridge as well. If I'm having porridge, I like to add raspberries or any other fruit to them.
Right. So you eat them year round?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, silver pennies in hydroponic greenhouse. I think that's right. There's so many foods now that you can get year round, but this dessert, this Kranikin, was actually developed as a kind of, it is almost a kind of harvest giving dish because it is, grateful for the harvest of fruit of the raspberry.
Yes, Silver Penny was saying yes, and here in Canada they grow them in hydroponic greenhouses, right?
Yeah.
As they probably do all around the world,
Mm.
or mostly, like you were saying.
I mean, it's like the humble tomato. You know, I grow tomatoes here, so I grow them from seed or little plants, and then just taking the last off the top and trying to ripen them up. But you can get tomatoes all year grown in,
Right.
houses. But homegrown always tastes better,
So
I
you
think.
do grow your own raspberries?
I haven't in recent years, but I do want to get back to growing them. Uh, yeah.
Oh, you have. Oh, you have not. You have not been growing.
No, not raspberries this year, or for the last few years. But I have grown pumpkin.
Oh, you have grown pumpkin?
Yeah,
Mm.
not this year. Past, I've grown pumpkins. Uh, just from I bought a pumpkin from a supermarket one year, and I made pumpkin soup, which I love.
Oh, I love
Really,
pumpkin or squash soup.
yeah. So I made it from pumpkin and added a little bit of red chilies, and I kept all the seeds. And the following year, I planted them and actually got some pumpkins from them. So
Oh, wow. Some small pumpkins,
yeah, they were a
medium
reasonable.
size.
Yeah, they were a reasonable size, but it's probably not hot enough here at times to grow some of those kind of things. But no, it was good. Enjoyed it. I like growing things and then being able to eat them.
Okay.
Yeah,
I
did you
think
hear
that.
she's going to
Mhm.
try and grow raspberries next year?
Right. I've seen wild raspberries numerous times around here.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, they can take over a garden, Silver Penny says.
Mm. Yeah, they've got to be cut back every year, really. You cut what they call the raspberry canes down, different ones, depending on the variety. Some you cut right down, some you only cut off some of the new growth at the end of the growing season. It depends on the variety. I'm not an expert though, but
Okay. Oh, I guess that concludes our art feast. Thanksgiving art feast for the eyes. We had it. Kylie made the appetizer of going over ink drawing with watercolor of her very favorite potato soup that she loves to have as a starter, and made ink drawing watercolor while she talked about her recipe and creating her favorite potato soup. And then I created an abstract acrylic painting of a main course, kind of using the colors of Thanksgiving in a kind of abstract way. Oh, I guess I could show that as a recap. And then we both created holiday desserts. And yeah, so just as a recap, that I kind of created a abstract. Yep, abstract main course. So thank you so much for joining us. That was her first time on. That was her first time. That was Kylie's very first time being on a live stream.
well, thanks for inviting me on, Diana. It was really a
Yeah.
pleasure to be here. You know, thanks to everybody in the chat for keeping us company. Good to see everyone there, and those of you that celebrate Thanksgiving, a very happy Thanksgiving to you, and of course to everybody else, you know, happy times to you as well. Happy Thanksgiving to you as well.
Yes, happy Thanksgiving, everybody. Let's see what people are saying. Beautiful, great work, gals. Happy Thanksgiving. Great job, girls. Lisa B says, great job, girls. I I love the work of you. Goswina says, Gracie says, thank you, ladies.
Oh, that's so nice.
Oh, Silver Penny says, this was amazing. Thank you. Oh, Justin says, wonderful job. Awesome show. Happy Thanksgiving. Thank you. So, oh, thank you guys for being here. Awesome. And thank you again, Kylie. So it's so wonderful. It was her first time being on a live stream. And
Thanks so much, Anna. I really
yes,
enjoyed it.
and so okay, everybody. That I guess that concludes our show. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody, and those people not celebrating Thanksgiving, just have a wonderful evening or afternoon. And okay, goodbye.
Bye.